Welcome to the Monday News today. Just thought I'd come back with another podcast. It's been a while now since I done the last one. I was just gonna go through the usual news and sport. I don't have anything open as such, but there's quite a there's quite a good bit of things, information on the news. It just says a bit about Israel there. Israel forces push into Gaza from north and south. As I was saying, the war is still getting worse in there. Israel forces have pushed deep into the ruins of Gaza northern edges to recapture an area where they claim to have dismantled Hamas months ago, while in the south, tanks and troops pushed across Rafah into Rafah. So that's the more about the story in the war in the Middle East. And then shop security guard jailed for sexual assault on teen girl. That was the other news then. That was on the security guard sexually assaulted a 15-year-old girl. Adam Mohammed, 35, from Mountjoy Square in Dublin, was found guilty. The child at the incident left afraid and depressed. The 15-year-old girl was out shopping with her friends in Penny's in Dundrum Shopping Centre. So that's on the that story then is on the RTE News. And then Cowan says he worked with Trump to suppress negative views. But that story is Donald Trump's a strange former liar. Michael Cowan's told jurors that he conspired with the US presidential candidate and a tabloid publisher to suppress negative stories that could damage his 2016 campaign. As prosecutors aim to prove that Mr. Trump allegedly hid a hush money payment to an adult film actress. Once of Mr. Trump's most loyal lieutenants, Mr. Cohen is the prosecutor's star witness as the trial enters its fifth week in New York. Mr. Cohen, 132,000 to 120 payments to Stormy Daniels before the 2016 election intended to keep her from speaking publicly about a 2006 sexual encounter she said she had with Mr. Trump. So, and then that's then on that. That's the other story, and then parts of UK return to law should not apply in Northern Ireland court. A judge has ruled the provisions of the UK Illegal Immigrant Act should be dispersed into Northern Ireland as they undermine human rights protection guarantee in the region under the post-Brexit arrangements. Mr. Justin Humphries also said aspects of the acts were incompetent with the European Convention on Human Rights. So that's then central to the new laws in the scheme to send asylum seeking to Rwanda. So that's then on that. That's then on the latest then on news on that. And then it just says plans to raise smoking age to 21 significant, says Taoiseach. Taoiseach said there's a significant rise there and that. And then RTE figures I see have risen. RTE has called the two figures for this year's Eurovision Song Contest. It's the most watched final since 2018, according to figures. The final last Saturday was Irish hopeful Bambi Tongue finished sixth. Her name will crown the winner. It's an average audience of 660,000 viewers on RTE1, represents 54% of the available audience. So still a lot of people looking at the Eurovision, despite all the controversies about it. With Bambi Tug, I hated the song really, and everyone that you hear on the media loved the song. I certainly didn't. It was terrible, but it got a lot of votes, and I don't know why. It was a terrible song. And then the other. I noticed all the other songs in it went great either. That's the way the Eurovision has gone, and I don't talk much about it. I don't comment much on it, so I don't. I think if I was over it, I'd transform it. I bring it back to ballad songs, and if you were to listen to all the stuff on the RTE thing the other day, they had them winning the contest outright. I don't know. I don't know what to make of the system really, and it's painful to say that, but it's gone down a long way since the 80s and the 90s. People love the contest still, but it's really a freak show in a lot of ways, as you say, and I can't say anything else about it, but that's what I think. It's in every way. And then on the sports, Canavan clarifies GA comments after Bones represent. He says what he was saying. The thing about GA Go, which was on the news, Sean Canavan has clarified his comments about the GA finances after they were met with disapproval by the organisation. President Jarlath Bones hammered faced criticism the Saturday Munster Senior Hurling Championship game between Cork and Ireland. Limerick were only available to watch on GA Go. Canavan said on the Saturday game that the GA is using GA Go as a vehicle to maximise more revenue and more profit. The former Tyrone added that GA is one of the richest organisations in the world, leading to a riposte from Bones during an appearance on Clareborn. He was on the go there this morning. It is taking in a lot of revenue, but I think it's really Cork and Limerick. That match there should have been free. I don't think it should have been a paywall. There's a lot of matches there on next week, and I see Wicklow is one of the matches, Wicklow and Laois, which is on again in Auckland. That is one of the matches that's on GA Go. If you're interested in looking at that, a Wicklow and Laois, it's a local match, and I would, I don't know. So that's the thing on this, and then I was just going to look at that's the RT news. The GA results I was going to look at actually. There was quite a good few matches. First of all, those hurling matches. It was a good match. Carlow and Kilkenny, that was in network Cullen Park. It was 120 to 120. That score really surprised a lot of people, but Carlow, our small county, the basement is coming from nothing. It's like Wicklow as well, but they're outperforming. I really think they should give Carlow a good chance and let them stay in McCarthy. That's what I think myself. And then the other match that was in it was Dublin and Antrim, and that was 332 to 118, and that was in Parnell Park. That match then on the last day. And then the fixtures coming up in Leinster, it's doesn't get any easy on Saturday 18th of May. It's Antrim and Galway, and that's in Corrigan Park, and Galway should win that, but you don't know. Dublin and Kilkenny. Kilkenny will probably win that, but Dublin have a chance as well. And then the match on Sunday, Carlow and Wexford. But Carlow will perform, so that will be another match that the people will be talking about. And then the Munster hurling, there's matches on the 19th, the next day. But the matches that were played over the weekend, it was Cork and Limerick. That was 328 to 326. It was a great match. That was the match that was the controversy was about the GA Go, and it should have been shown. I think myself it should have been shown. The GA made a mistake. The government are giving them outweigh and trying to put it up to them anyway. So that's on this. And then on the fixtures then coming up, it's next week's fixtures on Sunday. Clare versus Waterford in Cusack Park. That's on the 19th, and that'll be an interesting match. I think I'd go for Clare on that, but Waterford are good as well. And then Tipperary and Cork. The way Cork are playing at the moment, they've improved. I would pick Cork for that, I think. And then the Munster matches. The table, I was saying, doesn't lie. It's Limerick still out in front with 4. And then there's other matches. So that's on that. And then the Leinster football, that was the other match that was played. The Leinster football in the Leinster final, it was actually Dublin 119, Louth 212, and that was a good match. It was very, there wasn't much in it. If for years it's been one-sided. Wicklow now have never been in it for a long time, but I would love to see Wicklow in it eventually. So that is the match, and then the other matches then. Coming up, there's Sam Maguire matches, but there was another match then that was on the Ulster. I was looking at that. I was looking at it on BBC One, the coverage there, and The matches then, it was Armagh and Donegal. It was Armagh 20 points, Donegal 20 points, and it was decided on penalties. Donegal won at 6-5, and a lot of people are giving out about the penalties now today, that it shouldn't be decided that way. Golden score, probably, perhaps, but I'm not sure. It is going to be engrossing if you see the All Ireland Football Championship tables. The matches now, they start next week. There's quite a good few matches. It's Kerry and Monaghan. That's your first match, and that's on Saturday. Kerry aren't going that well at the moment. They think they are, but and then Mayo and Cavan. That's the other match. Then that's on. That's in Group 2. That'll be an interesting one. And then Galway round 1, Group 1. Galway and Derry, and that's in Pearse Stadium, and that'd be interesting. And then the other match is Clare and Cork, a local derby. So that's in Group 3. And they're the matches then that on the next day. And then in the Tailteann Cup, as I was saying there was a lot of one-sided matches, and Wicklow really had a bad weekend there today. It was Laois and Carlow. Laois 217, Carlow 217, and Antrim 412, Tipperary 213, and that was scored in on that. And then on the other scores, then on the Saturday, it was Kildare 323, Longford 111, and Leitrim 17 points, Waterford 12, and Down 120. That was the other matches. Limerick won 6. So there was quite a good few matches. Then on the Saturday, as I was saying there, it was very convincing for Fermanagh. Fermanagh 316, Wicklow 9 points. That was a match. And then Sligo 221. Wexford 215, and Down 120, Limerick 16. So then the matches now the next day in it. It's on Saturday, Tipperary and Sligo, Carlow and Fermanagh on Saturday as well, and then Limerick and Offaly, and Wexford and Antrim, and Waterford and Kildare, and London and Down. And then on Sunday the matches Longford and Leitrim, and Wicklow and Laois, which I will probably be going to that myself, and that I just hope Wicklow play better in that, and they be great if they won it actually. And then that's the matches there that are going to be played over the weekend, which I'll go back again on this, and so that's the main news then. And then on the entertainment news, just as more about the Droids. Hines have never done a second series of anything, and that's then on this. And then the Irish Independent News, which I was going to look at there myself. It's the Irish Independent News. Woman who almost died when son bet and stabbed her in frenzy attack says her family were failed by the system. That was news then. That was a story then, was on the news. We hope that families in a similar situation get the requirement help before it becomes too late. Mary Coughlin said that her son was sentenced to a 10-year jail. A woman who suffers catastrophic lifelong injuries after her son attempted to murder was hit out an inadequate community health service that said they are unable to deal with complex mental health. So that's then on that. That's the story then, and that's the main story then on the Irish News, the Irish Independent News. And man 21 who sexually assaulted 2 young girls when he was 12, jailed for 18 months. And then migrants arriving in North to escape UK Rwanda bill may mean more asylum seekers coming into Ireland. TD warns. And migration policy is going to be grounded in common sense. Taoiseach Simon House says there's a lot of controversy about the Migrant Policy Act, which it is something has to be done about it. They're letting too many people coming into the country, I was saying there, and I don't know, they give the people ID cards or something. And then Niall Boylan in politics reveals he was homeless for 2 years. Two good Samaritans let him have a room in their house a few days a week. And Niall Boylan is going for Europe, as I was saying. He is the main man as well on podcasting and radio. So that is the main thing on this. And there is nothing on the sports then. I just go through the main thing on the sports. It just says Pascal, when compared to the greed of other sports, Gaelic games are not that bad. He's kind of defending GA Go and their decisions, and major boost for Leinster, as James Ryan and Hugh Keenan said. And then more about the president, Charlotte Burns, makes no apologies for GA decisions. We have to sell our games, which everyone is doing. They'll probably be on Sky and other things, but I think they should make allowances for some people there. They're not doing that to GA at the moment. They are giving money to a lot of counties, all right, but in some ways, you have to show Cork and Limerick when it shouldn't be behind the paywall, I don't think, and I agree with the debate that's going around at the moment. It's bad when you see that way, and that's then I'm well now, so I just thought I'd give. Now, the other thing I was going to talk about was the Irish Times. I'm sure there's a lot of news then on the Irish Times paper. It just says if you see the different stories, the different things on the papers, what's on the front of the paper there, it says UK around the deparation law provisions should not apply in Northern Ireland, judge rules. And that's the same story then that was on the other paper. Online recruiter funded to cut another 1,000 jobs globally. And Bruce Arnold funeral, what time we've been through, from John McCormick to Bambi Talk. And Bambi Talk is making a lot of things on the paper. And then Michael Lowry's accountant, criticised by Minority Tribunal, gets 371,000 in legal costs, I see. And have you been let cut down by your car insurance following an incident? Well, I must say there, my insurance thing seems to be all right on my car, but it's very expensive, and it's not getting any cheaper. Then the main story then on the news, then on the sports news, Golden score a better option than a penalty shootout, according to Gordon Manning, who's a good journalist. A golden score would seem a more fitting yet a dramatic tiebreaker to drawn football game than a penalty shootout, as it retains the core discipline of Gaelic football. So I think I went through Gaelic football there as such. I didn't go through the soccer, but I will come back with another podcast. I hope you enjoyed my podcast today. It's been quite a good bit. I'm still talking about my live debate show, which I've made, and it's coming up to guests on it. So I hope you enjoyed my podcast today, and all I can say is goodbye for now, and mind yourself.